Hello Aries, welcome to your October 2022 tarot card and astrology readings. All right, Aries, I'm changing the way I'm doing things just a little bit, and I pre-recorded a little bit of a message, so let's go ahead and get into that before we get into the readings. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jane. I am so thrilled to have you here. For the October readings this month, I've done something just a little bit different. So I'm starting to include a new astrology portion to this reading. I feel like that could add so much more value to each and every one of you as you navigate and try to understand how all of this is going down. October is a huge month astrologically. We have a lot of the outer planets starting to move, and we are building up to an eclipse on the 25th. So there's just a lot to really think about and consider. So the timestamp for both the tarot portion and the astrology portion will be found in the description box down below. And this is one of the reasons why I've separated the big monthly video into 12 separate videos instead of just one big long video. And as always, if you are a subscriber, please be sure to log into your account at janeinternational.com, navigate to the blog page, and you'll see all the comprehensives that you've signed up for available there. All right, now with all that being said, let's get into it. Hello Aries, welcome to your October 2022 tarot card reading. So let's go ahead and get started with the Page of Swords, which is the card that signifies what the universe needs from you right now. So the Page of Swords is an interesting card to get because he's whimsical, and yet in this particular artwork, I feel like a warrior-esque kind of energy, like he's learning how to use a sword. He's learning how to wield it. He's learning how to become a master of something. And I feel a determination really starting to grow within Aries, a determination to make something happen. And that's most likely making something happen by getting yourself out of a situation. Getting yourself out of certain obligations, right? We've got that South Node over in Scorpio. It's probably, really hard, or it may seem or appear really hard to get out of something. Any kind, like maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a financial situation. It may seem overwhelming, but I feel that your energy alone is, and your determination and your strong desire is like, it's enough for you right now to actually make it happen. And the universe is going to start opening up opportunities for you so that you can. And I look at this Empress over here in the environment position, and first of all, this is something that's external from you. So this is not your card per se, but it's telling me a couple of things. One, there is massive abundance out there for you. So in case that was a concern, okay, in case that was a concern, there is massive abundance there for you. And it could also be someone that you highly respect, or someone you hold in high regard, someone that means something to you, or someone that matters, someone who has succeeded in your space or in your field, and someone who is also like really showing up in their power. And with the Jupiter transit through Aries, I do feel that Aries has been learning a lot about really showing up. Chiron, healing wounds of self for all of us, but for you especially, as Chiron comes up against your sun, comes across your ascendants, goes across your moon, whichever planet you're watching for. But Chiron is, he is the wounded healer, and he does expose our wounds, but for the sake of healing and becoming whole, and to integrate a lot of aspects of ourselves. And the Empress is someone who has integrated all aspects of herself. And I feel that this is someone that you admire, you respect, someone that inspires you, someone that makes you feel like it's possible. There's no jealousy here, okay? This is not a jealousy thing. This is not an envy thing. This is someone that you see like, well, if they're able to do it, I'm able to do it too. And because of that, here you are determined to learn how. And I do feel like Aries is really willing and ready to do whatever it takes. And there's no qualms about that. Like, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. I want to move into that new direction, because this Five of Coins can be brutal, right? You're literally in a blizzard over here. It's cold, it's uncomfortable, I have a broken ankle, things aren't working, I don't really have that much money. It's just like, it's not really working. And it's possible with Saturn through the 11th house that you have had to really reassess your groups, right? The people that you associate with. Because perhaps maybe you were hanging out with people who had mindsets that mirrored your own, but really are not helpful for the person you're trying to become. It's like I'm seeing kind of two limping people here. And it's like, can one limping person really help the other limping person if they haven't figured out how to heal themselves yet, right? And so I see you moving away from the limping people. And I don't mean that like in a literal way, because that's metaphorical. People who are struggling, or people who are, now I'm not saying you're abandoning them. It's just that you're not really going to be going to them for like money advice when they're broke. You're not going to be going to them for marriage advice when they've never really had a long-term relationship, right? That's kind of what I mean by that. So you're not going to go to the people that don't have what you want. You're going to start gravitating toward the people that do. And with the Page of Swords coming out again, this time in the reversal, there may be a few missteps, but really it's more about the pacing. Now in the astrology portion, I did record the astrology portion before I did the cards. So let me know what you guys think on that. If you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. If not, I probably won't do it next month. Just depends. But the Page of Swords, you know, he's not able to go fast. And it's kind of like you can't become a master just because you go through the lessons, right? You have to like absorb fully into the very core of your being the lessons. And that takes time. That takes life experience. That takes like a process. And we are in that process right now. So while the Page of Swords, he is wanting to go fast, but I think more than anything, he wants to do it right. He wants to make the good decisions. He wants to set himself up for success. And if that means not rushing out of the gate here like the Eight of Wands, if that means things going a little bit more slowly, then so be it. I think Aries is okay with that because it's going to mean long-term success. It's going to mean a better financial situation. It's going to mean a healthier relationship. It's going to mean the lifestyle that you actually really want. This like rushing thing, like to rush, it's not anybody's friends right now. Okay? It's just going to make problems and complications later on. But I see the fighting spirit. Here is Aries. I know you're ready to fight for it. And you may have had a weird year. Okay, I think everybody had a weird year. You know, year 2021 is a year number 5. Okay, so it's ruled by Mercury. And Mercury energy is all over the place. It's freedom oriented. It's lots going on, a lot of learning, a lot of integrating, a lot. And then comes year number 6. Did I say 5? Yeah. 2021 year number 5, 2022 year number 6, which is ruled by Venus. And she says like, whoa, hold on. We got to like sort this out, right? She can't handle the chaos. You got to sort this out. And sometimes that like throws things off. The actual coming into balance. Now we are actually in Libra season, of course. So that balancing energy is even that much more. The reason why I'm saying this is because justice is here. It's reversed. Like, whoa, we got to find a way to come back into an equilibrium here. And that process of counterbalancing can be a lot. There can be a lot that goes down, and there can be a lot that gets exposed, and there can be a lot that you feel, and a lot that you have to confront as well. Mercury is not a confrontational energy. He's just like doing his thing. He's just, going. But Venus says we gotta be operating from a place of truth, right? Because she is justice oriented, and justice and truth, to a degree, hopefully in an ideal world, go hand in hand. Okay, but you're still coming up out of the darkness with something. You're still coming into a place of greater vision, a place of clarity, and I don't know, like a place of inspiration. Like you're still coming into this inspired movement. And it's requiring you to walk away from something, though. It's requiring you to say goodbye to something, and maybe people. Now, when Saturn comes through Pisces, okay, in 2023, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think it's worth mentioning, and we're going to keep mentioning it until next March. This is 12th house activation for you. So you're going to really notice that a lot of the structures that you've had in your life for the past 27, 28 years are going to start to dissipate and start to dissolve. And you're not going to have any desire to be living according to that set of rules anymore. And you are slowly shifting. That's why the universe is pacing you here. It's not wanting you to rush into something because it wants what you're doing or about to do to be everlasting. Okay, it wants you to move into a situation that can sustain itself. And that takes time. That takes intention. That takes a vision. Do you know what your vision is? Now be careful when I say that, right? Or when you hear that, rather, because I don't mean like, what is it you want to get out of life? That's a very greedy way of looking at it, right? What can I get? Well, I want to get that boyfriend. I want to get that money. I want to get to spiritual enlightenment. It's like, that's not really what the vision is. The vision is aligned with values and contributions. What is it that you see yourself contributing? What is your real reason as to why you want this? Is there freedom in that for you? Is there creativity in there for you? You know, like, is there love, like real love, not like conditional love, but like real love? Is that in there for you? What is it that drives you? And I think Aries is still sorting it out. And when Jupiter comes back into Aries and goes very, very fast, it's only going to be in there for a little while next year. And then next May, it's going to move into Taurus. But when it's moving so fast, that I think is going to be a time when it's like you're going to really finally see what's really driving you. You're going to see the real passion behind the motivation. It will be revealed to you in time. But right now you're in a training ground of some kind. You're learning how to fight for things. You're learning how to commit to something that matters to you. It can be hard to discover what really matters to us because we're so influenced by culture and family and education, right? We're so influenced by these things that sometimes it does take us a large part of our life to really sort out other people's projections and our own soul's voice. And I feel like this is that time when Aries is coming into contact with their real soul voice. Has a lot to do, by the way, with North Node conjunct Uranus in Taurus in your second house. Okay? Has a lot to do with that. And with the King of Cups, I don't know. I don't feel like this is you either. I had to sit with this before I turned on the camera after I shuffled, because I felt kind of the same feeling as I was getting with the Empress. But it's still a different person. I think you have multiple people. Libra season, 7th house activation, Scorpio, 8th house activation. This is a Scorpio card. This is a Libra card. So there are other people, and they are acting as a mirror for you. So you don't have to take anything that personally. It's just about a matter of looking and saying, how is this really making me feel? And what is this instilling within me? and just going just a little bit deeper with it. You don't have to go super deep, but go deep enough with it that you understand what is being stirred up inside of you, because likely what's being stirred up is this desire to learn it, this desire to master it, right? To become a master of communicating with your partner, to become a master in your field of business, to become a master as a parent, right? And not to say you're going to do it perfect. Being a master does not mean you're perfect. Okay, this is not Virgo season anymore. We're not about the perfection so much anymore. It's more doing it well and succeeding, getting results. This guy, very results oriented. Okay, he's a sign of money, but he's also a sign of commitment as well. 8th house, energetic exchange. He has a lot to do with loyalty and being solid and secure and emotionally intelligent. I feel that this is someone who may be your rock, or acting as your rock right now. Someone that you lean upon. A lot of people lean on Aries, right? Because Aries is willing to fight. Aries is willing to put up energy for a cause that's good. But sometimes Aries needs something to come home to themselves. And I feel like this is someone that you can really come home to, and you can feel safe and secure, and you can be vulnerable with your King of Cups. This may or may not be romantic. Okay, it might be a best friend, it may be a sibling, it may be a parent or something else, okay? But you can tell this person's stuff. This is like a psychologist almost, all right? This is someone that you can reveal your deepest, darkest, whatever, and they don't bat an eye. It's like, okay, like they accept your humanness. And because they accept your humanness, they accept your light and darkness. And they want to see you succeed. I'm feeling like the Empress and the King of Cups both being successful in their own right. That these are people that look at Aries and say, yeah, you can do it. What can I do to help you? You know, they're not going to do it for you, but they'll help, they'll advise, they will counsel, they will inspire. They can't motivate. That has to come from you. But I almost feel that you want to live up to them or their standards, but what that's really representing is just you living into your own standards. It's not really about them. Nothing ever is. It's never really about anybody else. It's always about like us, right? There's always a lesson in there for us. And I feel that these people want more than anything for your chariot to start going. You know, they want you, but they also want you to succeed long term. So they're not trying to just push you out the door. They're not trying to like drop you in the deep end here. They're going to ease you in. They have become masters, and they see... what I'm hearing is like the X factor. Like Aries has the X factor right now. It's like, here are these coaches. Okay, let's say you're like a vocalist. Here are these coaches, and they have all these students audition for them. And then here comes Aries, and it's not just about raw talent. It's about the X factor, right? And like, okay, this person could be a star. We can teach them a little how to sing better. We can teach them how to perform better, but there's just something about them. And I think that's what you have. There's just something about Aries right now that people are drawn to. People see your willingness, and they see the magic that you have to offer, and they see how you will contribute to a better world. You know, and that's one of the reasons why, like, I'm feeling such positive energies around you. So many wonderful people that love and support to the nth degree. They want to see you shine with this sun, and they want to see, now the sun, you know, okay, we've got some interesting things going on with your important planets. Mars is going retrograde, and also your sun, which is the planet that's exalted in Aries, is in fall. So it's opposite of you, right? So it's in its fall position. not the best place for the sun, but it is also helping you to illuminate certain things. Again, there's that projection. So from other people toward you, there's going to be a lot of information. So I think that's a good thing, as long as you're emotionally mature enough to handle the feedback. But it's like a coach, right? A coach is not to be here to be your friend, right? I use the vocalist example. A coach is not just going to ooh and ah and ogle over you and tell you how amazing you are. They're going to say, these are the things you're doing wrong. These are where the mistakes are. Try it like this. Here's a new technique. Let's like really hone this in to make sure that you are the best. Okay, that's what a coach does. So you have coaches around you, and they may be a little bit of a group of cheerleaders, but mostly they are coaches. So there should be that level of understanding that feedback is more constructive criticism rather than destructive. All right. If you get your feelings hurt very easily, it may be misunderstood, and that's probably not the best place, the best thing. Okay. The whole point is to get you to shine bright. The whole point is to see you excel beyond your expectations up to this point. Jupiter in your sign wants you to push this idea of self-concept beyond anything that you have allowed yourself to visualize for yourself before, or anything that you allowed yourself to believe before. I'm not just here to like try to pump you up. I mean, I am kind of, but I mean, that's not my job, right? Like my job is to read the cards. And I feel such beauty emanating from Aries right now. I feel so much promise, so much joy, so much light, so much excitement. But the thing is that you may be here and being like looking around and being like, I don't see it, Jane. What the heck are you talking about? I don't see it. Give yourself like 6 months. If you can be in this Page of Swords energy for 6 months, your whole life will change. I guarantee it. Allow yourself to be mentored, to be guided, to be taught. Allow yourself to change your behavior. That's one of the things I love about the Page of Swords is he's agile. He's adaptive. He's not locked into any one way of doing anything. He can change course very, very quickly. And if that means changing behaviors, then so be it, okay? And if it means getting up a little bit earlier, or eating a healthier diet, or going for a little bit of exercise, or making a few extra phone calls, or sending a few emails, or doing just a few extra little things. And the problem, this is what's going to kill Aries right now. 7 of Wands I'm looking at. If you're receiving advice, and your initial response is like, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, you may know that intellectually, but have you mastered it? That's going to really separate the progressive, successful Arians from the ones that fall back here. These are the people that are like, yeah, I know I should be doing that. Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, I know. I will. I'll do it tomorrow. I will. Maybe that. That's not where you want to be. You want to be the one that's doing it, saying, okay, not only do I know it, but I'm actually doing it. Because that's what these people have done. They've done the dirty work. They've been in the trenches, 7 of Wands. They know how to fight for what they want. And there are times, I say this every time, okay? We always go through this ebb and flow. And there are certain times throughout the year when these readings come out and it's all about surrender and having faith and having consciousness and meditating and aligning the energy and thinking about it in thought and all the magical stuff. And then there are times where you have to get your butt in gear and meet the universe halfway. This is one of those times. Okay, the people that are trying to do everything in like the magical realm right now, I mean, you can continue doing that and that's great and beautiful, but you have to match it with inspired action. And the thing is that none of this will really feel like work, because with the sun, you are aligned and you are in your power and you are doing something that you are good at and something that you are becoming a master of. So there is flow that occurs. You may have hiccups, you may have obstacles, but it doesn't feel like it's going to tear your world apart, right? There's a big difference between like high quality problems and like catastrophic problems. I don't see any catastrophic problems right now. Unless they're self-created. I'm just not seeing that in the cards. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and pull out the clarifiers and get a little bit more information. So for those of you who are new, bear with me. The cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we will cover in the comprehensive reading. The links for that will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. We usually talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all of these cards, so we get kind of like a whole second reading. Now, there are lots of different ways to purchase. You can purchase just a single one-off. You can also subscribe to just automatically get access every single month. I'll email out a link. You can log into the website and it'll just be right there in front of you. Little extra benefit for subscribers though, I do weekly extendeds for the weeklies on Monday and the weekly love readings on Friday, just like as a little extra little something for you. So that's there. And you can also be a member of my Soul Seekers group where, yes, you get access to all 12 comprehensives every single month, but you also get a lot more. I'm doing like an educational series. We do full moon, new moon analyses. We do a segment called Following Venus where we talk about love and money as Venus moves through the zodiac, plus a few other things as well. So if you want to check that out, all that will be in the description box and comment thread down below. Okay, so the Page of Swords, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, we have the Three of Cups. Hold on, if I can pick up the card, there we go. What else does Aries need to know? Five of Wands reversed. Okay, I feel like you're really coming out of something messy. Five of Wands can be very messy, so can Five of Coins. The environment, beautiful star. Oh, another Judgment reverse, interesting. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the Five of Coins. Queen of Cups, I'm really liking this month. She's coming through just really soft, kind of motherly. Three of Coins. Oh, another Three of Cups. I like the Three of Cups because there's still joy and happiness and fun. There's still fun for you. Page of Swords. Oh, another Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. Two of Cups reversed. Seven of Swords. Four of Coins, the World. King of Coins, we like that one. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to take all these, but I will take the ones that I see. Okay, so I saw this one and also this one. Okay, Nine of Coins. Oh. Honest, I did not even notice that came out. I have no idea. Oh, I didn't even see this one either. Okay. I have no clue which ones these were associated with, but I happened to see them with the Justice card, so I'm just going to keep them on the Justice card, even though technically I didn't shuffle for that, but I just only saw them like that. So, okay. I guess we'll take them. Three of Swords. An Eight of Wands upright, that's a good sign. You're not going to be in this slow pace forever, Aries. I promise. It's just, October is just weird with Mars going super slow. Another Page of Swords, we love that. Chariot upright, excellent. Ooh, an Ace of Swords. I feel a lot of honor, okay? I feel like this King of Cups has a lot of honor. He's an honorable person, a good person. Hanged Man reversed. Strength. Six of Wands. Six of Swords. Another page, beautiful. I love the pages. Okay, Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups. All right, so this is where we are going to pick up in the comprehensive. So we're going to go through all of these. So if you want to join, all the info down in the description box in the comment thread down below. And don't forget to hang out and watch the astrology portion as well. Okay? All right, thank you so much. I love you, Aries. Have an amazing October. Talk to you soon. Take care. Hello, Aries. Welcome to the astrology portion of the reading. So I am actually recording this before I do the cards, just a quick disclaimer. So I'm not going to be referencing the cards at all because I haven't done them. But I just wanted to incorporate this astrology portion of the readings because I reference the stars so much in the cards that I feel like it makes sense to have some kind of a visual. So I wanted to do a chart and help you to visualize where everything is taking place for you this month. So as we go through Libra season, obviously October 1st, we are well within Libra season. We also have Venus in Libra as well. So this is hefty 7th house activation. So with Venus especially, okay, because Venus is in rulership here. So she's kind of, and we can kind of look over here in the listings, we can see she's a lot stronger than the sun, right? When we come in October, Venus is sitting at a +7 score and the sun is sitting at a -9. So really Venus is in her, I mean, this is her domicile, this is her place. So when it comes to the Venusian aspects of life, whether it's commitments and agreements, one-on-one connections, any types of partnerships and marriages, any types of endeavors or causes that you are associated with or aligned with, those are likely going to become a point of focus for you. Many of you will get into certain contracts during this time. Some of you will just simply make commitments with yourself. And I think that actually for Aries, that's the most likely case. Because as the moon on October 1st, it comes in, it's sitting at the very last degrees of Sagittarius. And then it's going to make its way to its full moon degree, which is going to be conjunct Chiron over here in Aries. And I get this feeling that Aries has been trying to define, right? Trying to define their self-concept a little bit. Jupiter coming in and saying, okay, you need to start visualizing yourself in a bigger way, okay? Start to see yourself more successful, see yourself falling in love, see yourself, envision it, magnify this idea in your life. And Libra season is here to shine a light, right? Because the sun is over here shining a light, illuminating both in the 7th house, but also the 1st house energies. So making commitments and coming into agreements with yourself for the sake of healing, because Chiron is involved with this full moon, for the sake of healing the wounded self-image. And when we do this, I feel that our material realm, your current reality as you see it, when you look out with your eyeballs and see what's going on, right? Your current reality starting to shift because of this. It's a deeply internal process. But you are committing through the energy of Libra, almost as though it's contractual. You are committing to becoming that person that this Jupiter over here wants you to be. Okay, there's this magnification of the dream self, a magnification of the person that you believe you can be. And now is a time, okay, because what's happening later on in October, Jupiter is going to be re-entering into Pisces. And when that happens, that's not happening till October 28th. But when that happens, it's going to come back over that 29th degree of Pisces, which, as we know, is an extraordinarily powerful degree. And it's going to force us to truly let go of anything that is getting in our way, okay? And then when Jupiter starts to move direct again, and he comes back into Aries through the beginning of 2023, he's just going to be barreling through Aries. So there's a lot that's coming down the line for Aries in terms of the development of self, so that next May, when Jupiter comes into Taurus, you can then apply that new self-concept and to feel that sense of self-value to actually make more money and to improve your lifestyle and to improve your physical experiences, okay? So we are in this period of massive release of an old self-concept that is no longer serving, and Libra season here. Now, you may have some mirroring experiences, right, where other people may be mirroring things back to you, or you may be getting feedback, because actually Mercury is going to be going direct on the 2nd of October, and then he's going to enter into Libra on the 10th. All right, so when Mercury enters the Sun and Venus in Libra, there's going to be a greater flow and a greater exchange, okay? Actually, Mercury aiding in the balancing of things. The external world is going to provide feedback for you so that you can establish balance in your life, whatever area that's needing. The thing about the self is that that can be really open-ended. So whatever area, whether it's career or finances or friends or parents or children or health or, community or money or whatever, I'm trying to go through all the houses, right? But whatever area is accentuated in your life, anything that happens in the first house can actually improve that. Okay, because when we have that self-concept and that identity and that sense of self-worth, we can bring that into all things and all relationships. And Mercury is here to facilitate that and to facilitate any type of exchange. So there's not necessarily going to be breakdowns of communication, even though we do have Mars moving really, really slow. And actually Mars being an important transit for you, because obviously Mars is your ruling planet. Now, Mars is only moving a few degrees this month. He is like at a snail's pace all month. So he's going from 20 degrees, and then at 25 degrees on October 30th, he then begins his retrograde. And that retrograde happening in that Uranian decan there, and I feel like things are going to start turning around. But for the whole month of October, we have to be strategic in the way that we go about making decisions, okay? Mars is very slow. Saturn is slowing way down as well because he's preparing to go direct on the 23rd. Pluto is actually going direct on October 8th, which is right before the moon, the full moon, and Mercury coming into Libra, okay? So when Pluto goes direct, it's kind of like, even, I know it's like a month, not quite a month, but it's a couple weeks apart. Pluto goes direct and then Saturn goes direct. These are two big outer planets now starting to change direction, and both of them are on their last leg in their sign. Big deal for Pluto through Capricorn. I'm definitely going to make a video about this next month, or in October. Pluto comes into Aquarius for the first time next March. Saturn coming into Pisces next March. All right, so both of them are starting to you're starting to feel that transition. And because this big transition is happening, we know we can't go back to who we used to be. And Jupiter in Aries definitely doesn't want to go back to where it used to who you used to be. This is about becoming something you've never been before, because that's the essence of Jupiter. It's always pushing the limits and going further and further and further beyond the known boundary, okay? That's the essence of expansion. So as these planets are preparing and starting to move forward, we're starting to feel like a little bit of pressure to make high quality decisions so that we don't find ourselves in that same place that we've been at some, between the past 15 years, okay, since Pluto came into Capricorn in 2008. Mars, as a planet of precision and accuracy, is absolutely making sure. So when it comes to any decisions and when it comes to any commitments, like, we shouldn't be entering into any commitments willy-nilly or just for the sake of like a short-term resolve, okay? We need to be making long-term, long projection choices. And we need to understand inherently and intuitively what falls into that category and what doesn't. What aligns with our grand vision and what doesn't. And what has stuck with you over the years in terms of what you want. Because sometimes we say, well, like, oh, we want this thing, but it seems so far-fetched that we kind of file it in the back of the file. And we kind of have more short-term wants and desires that keep coming up. But once in a while, you'll open that filing cabinet and you'll see that file in the back there, right? And you'll see, okay, like, that's still in my mind. That's still in my mind. That's still in my mind. I'm still thinking about that. Okay, do I still kind of want that? Yeah, I still kind of want that. And maybe over the years, there have still been things that, like, you haven't really gone after and you still really want it. It's still back there. It still, like, has a voice. And so I feel like this is a time when we can actually take that file out of the filing cabinet and place it on our desk to a place where we can see it every single day. And we can say, this is something that I have wanted for years, and my desire for it has never waned. It's just something that I never really worked towards because other things were more important. And now Mars and Saturn and Pluto are saying it's time. You probably, for whatever reason, needed to go through some Pluto through Capricorn lessons in order to make you strong enough, right? Because Capricorn, the motto for Capricorn is I use. You have to learn how to use your life experience. And through using your life experience, you acquire even more experience. And you probably needed that experience in order to attain this dream. There's a reason why it never left. There's a reason why you're still thinking about it, okay? And now is a time where we can put ourselves in situations that are a little out of the box, maybe a little unexpected, I guess we could say, a little unexpected, and we can proceed intelligently in a way that does not completely blow up our lives and put us in dire straits, where we can actually integrate this new thing peacefully and calmly and start getting that momentum going. Because when the transition happens next March, we kind of want to be familiar with that new thing, so that when that transit happens, it's not a shock, it's not a surprise. And Libra is fantastic for integration. Now, we also have eclipses building up in Scorpio, right? So on October 23rd, Saturn goes direct. On that same day, October 23rd, Venus and Sun conjunct, exactly on the same degree, both come into Scorpio. And then 2 days later, we have an eclipse. All right? That last week and a half of October, it's going to be like a big week and a half. There's going to be a lot that we feel, a lot that we want, a lot of desire, a lot of healing, a lot of hefty emotion, a lot of passion, a lot of commitment. It is about committing to things because Libra and Scorpio both, 7th house, 8th house, there is a lot of commitment and obligation that goes through here. Now, I have made a point to say often that with this Mars retrograde, I don't recommend getting into commitments with other people, and especially not with things that you don't know for sure if you're really going to want. Short-term solutions, not a good thing right now. All right. Now, when I say commitment, I mean with yourself. And I mean with people that you love and trust, like fully, wholeheartedly, 100% trust. Scorpio is all about the trust. And we've got the South Node in there right now. So, we have to be vigilant and we have to pay attention. We don't want to start integrating things because we're feeling an itch and we just want to scratch that itch, because it's just going to create problems later on. It's like, oh, I really want a relationship, so I'm going to commit to this idea of going out and finding someone. And then the minute the next person comes in who's okay and you can kind of get along with and they make you laugh and you have good sex or whatever, then okay, well, that's going to be my partner, only to discover like 6 months later that they're an absolute mess and an absolute nightmare. And then you have all this complication with getting out, right? I wouldn't make haphazard choices. Mars and Saturn, with their slow movement right now, are not supporting that. They are supporting long-term things, but only with the really big things. Okay, so it's about keeping your life uncomplicated through this transitionary time. So the more focus you can put on developing this self-concept, the better. Developing and integrating this new idea that you see for yourself is going to be ideal. Okay? Because then we're going to have the full moon eclipse on November 8th happening in Taurus, conjunct Uranus. So it's really anyone's guess how your life is going to transition at that time. Uranus is so unpredictable and highly volatile, and because it's a full moon in Taurus, it will likely be felt even that much more, and the instability that it can bring, right? Because Uranus is destabilizing a lot right now in Taurus. Our lives are being destabilized specifically so that we can integrate for the next 20 years as Pluto makes its way through Aquarius. Okay? All right, so just a quick astrological overview for you there. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think. If you would like to see this every month, please let me know. I don't know if I'll keep doing it. I just thought maybe I'd give it a shot, see how you guys respond. And that's pretty much it. So again, if you're a member of any tier on my website, please be sure to log in to check out the comprehensive reading. All right? Thanks so much. Have a good one.